know. You and your husband are going to be flying out on a vacation trip for your wedding anniversary abroad. Am I right?
Well, yes, that's right.
And better yet, you'll also be staying at a high-end luxury resort over there, too. I am so jealous of you two. I want to go on a fancy vacation trip abroad, too.
Oh? But couldn't you and your husband do something special for your own wedding anniversary then? I don't know if you'll be able to work out a trip like ours, but even a nice staycation within the state could be good. I'm sure he shouldn't mind the two of you choosing to splurge a little. I mean, you only get to celebrate it once a year.
I would have thought so too, but unfortunately my husband is a complete cheapskate. Even planning a nice dinner out would be like pulling teeth with him.
Huh? What are you talking about? But he's always so nice and takes good care of the other moms in our group. They all have nothing but nice things to say about him in return. I've never heard someone say a single bad word against him. So it's really hard to believe.
Well, believe it, because he's a complete cheapskate, I tell you. He isn't willing to spend a single penny more than he has to on me. You all just wouldn't know because you don't have to be with him every single day. On the other hand, your husband's super good to you, isn't he? He isn't an inconsiderate piece of garbage like my husband. And he goes so far as to celebrate your wedding anniversary.
Yeah, I'm always super grateful that he's in my life. He treats me well.
But man, he's made some lousy choices in life.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I'm talking about who he decided to marry. I mean, think about it. Rather than having to celebrate his lame marriage with such an antisocial and gloomy marriage partner, in an alternative timeline, he could have made a better decision to marry someone who's a lot brighter and upbeat. I'm sure he would have much more fun with someone like that than a woman like you.
What the? Hey, what are you trying to say here? That I'm not worthy of having him as my husband?
Oh, no! That's not what I wanted to say at all. It's just that I accidentally let some of my real thoughts out without thinking too much about it. Sorry! Don't mind it.
Of course I'm going to mind it after being told something like that. Who wouldn't?
Like I said, I'm so sorry. What, are you actually secretly self-aware of it? So you felt called out? Don't take it so personally. Think about it from a man's perspective. Any guy would much prefer a woman who can actually match his excitement in celebrating their wedding anniversary. But you're so cold and antisocial. I wonder if he'll get tired of you eventually. Poor thing. You can't help that awful personality of yours after all. Just kidding.
Just kidding? Really? You're going to try and brush it off like that so easily? What's your problem? What, are you trying to be nasty toward me all because you know the two of us are going to celebrate our wedding anniversary? It's really ruining my mood, so could you quit it?
KK! I'll be more careful. But, if he only has you to hang out with, don't you think he'll get bored out of his mind? You're pretty quiet and untalkative. If I were in his shoes, I'd find it completely exhausting to try and entertain someone like you.
I am aware that I have trouble starting and continuing conversations, but Eric doesn't mind that at all. He already knows that I tend to be like this. We've been together for long enough, so I think there's nothing to worry about in that regard.
Oh, you poor thing. You're taking his words seriously. Don't you think he's just trying to not hurt your feelings? I'm sure deep inside he's actually super annoyed by how quiet you are. But he'd never say that to your face.
I wonder. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't insecure about that.
You don't need to wonder. That's definitely how he feels. And I have just the thing to fix that. Clearly, you need someone who actually knows how to keep a conversation to entertain him. So I'll tag along with you two. Be grateful to me. If I'm there, I'm sure your husband will never get bored, and you can feel at ease being your usual, untalkative, and boring self.
No, actually, it's fine. We don't need that. My husband's the kind of guy who gets antsy when there's another person in the mix. We're both like that, actually. We can't relax.
I see. Well, whatever. You You guys can go and tolerate your super boring and mediocre vacation trip to your heart's content then, I guess. No matter how you think about it. A vacation trip with only you two is guaranteed to be super duper boring. You definitely won't be having any fun.
I don't think that'll be the case. I think we'll be able to enjoy our trip together just fine.
As if I'd leave you two alone. Who the hell would let an opportunity like this just pass them by? Because I'm definitely not that kind of person. Anywho, here I am in Costa Rica at this super high-class resort. Don't worry, I'll be patiently waiting in the lobby for you two. I'm just here to liven up the party, so the least you can do is pay for all my travel expenses. So I'm leaving that to you.
But we're actually in Guam right now, not Costa Rica.
What?
I mean, did I ever even tell you that I was going to Costa Rica? I thought all I said was that we would be traveling abroad.
Huh? But I asked the other moms in our group, and they all said you were going to Costa Rica.
Ah, right. It is true that we were eyeing on Costa Rica first as our vacation destination, and I might have talked about that to them. But Eric and I changed our minds in the end, and decided to go to Guam after all.
What?
I mean, we'd already been to Costa Rica once before. It was a nice place, and that's why we were considering it again. But we figured that maybe it'd be nicer to continue to explore our horizons some by going to Guam. Unlike Costa Rica, it'd be our first time going to Guam.
So you're being serious here? You're not actually in Costa Rica at all then?
Yeah, I'm not. Because I'm in Guam instead.
Just wait a second. Then what about me? You're a woman who doesn't know how to have a conversation. So I was supposed to be the life of the party in your place. That's the whole reason I even came here. So what now? Without me, you're going to have a hard time, you know. If you don't do something right now, you're definitely going to regret it forever.
Actually, we've been having a lot of fun talking to each other after all. So it turns out we don't need you at all. I mean, there's just so much to talk about. We're reminiscing about the past and getting nostalgic, talking about our kids and a whole lot of other things. Ever since we got married, he got so busy with work all of a sudden. And it's been really hard to find quality time to spend with each other. Because of that, I was worried that I forgot how to hold a conversation with him, and that'd disappoint him. But in the end, I realized that it really is so much fun to talk with him. Your marriage partner needs to also be your best friend after all.
But even if you think you're having fun, I'm sure that your husband is actually sitting there super bored. In fact, I bet he finds you so boring that he might even be considering divorcing you right as we speak. You don't want that, right? But then that's where I should come in. If I come into the picture, then everything should be all right. You won't have a single thing to worry about. He won't divorce you for being boring when I can be there to entertain him.
Well, to be honest, my husband isn't that talkative himself. But even so, he said that it's been fun getting to talk and spend time with me the way we did all the time back when we were still dating. When it comes to his interactions with other people, he tries really hard to be considerate of them. He does his best to not hurt anyone's feelings and help others whenever possible. But in actuality, it apparently takes a big toll on him. He pushes himself a little too far sometimes. But he told me that when he's with me, he feels at ease, so that makes me really happy that I can be a safe space for him.
You said he's considerate of other people, right? So how do you know that he's not just doing the same for you too? What makes you think you're so special to be above that? Look, I'm positive that what he's saying can't possibly be his true feelings. He just wants to make you feel good because he doesn't want to make you upset. Also, according to you, you're both not good at making conversation, right? Then shouldn't that be even more of a reason to have me tag along? Huh? You absolutely do need me to be there. I'll be fashionably late in getting to Guam, but in the meantime, pay for my flight ticket.
No, really. You don't have to insist so much. We're really fine, just the two of us. We're having plenty of fun already. Besides, if you come into the picture, we can't relax and reminisce on our time together. Honestly, I don't want you to come at all.
I won't be having that. I know what's good for you, and I'm telling you, you need me to be there. Just making small talk is enough to push you both to your limits. I bet any conversations you could possibly have will die in an instant. But you'll be totally fine if I'm there. I can make any conversation super interesting. I'll liven up your boring vacation. You got that? So pay for my flight ticket and prepare to cover my travel expenses on top of all that.
It's fine. My husband and I prefer more quiet environments. We don't really need any livening up. It'd be too overwhelming for us. If it's just the two of us, we can take it slow and easy and relax. We usually have to worry about the kids, so we normally can't find the time to talk to each other. But my family has been watching them for us so we could have our vacation. Sometimes it's good to not talk to people for a while because when you finally get the chance to, you have tons of things you want to talk about. Even if we're not the talkative types ourselves, we haven't run out of any conversation topics, which I'm thankful for. If I have to be blunt for you to take the hint, you'll be in the way of our good time. Having you here won't do anything but be a nuisance to us.
Excuse me? Don't screw with me. How dare you treat me like that? Who do you think I came all the way out here for? Do you understand? I'm all the way in Costa Rica. Yet you decided to change your mind to go to Guam instead without telling me. I wasted my money, so you better take responsibility. There must be some limits to your selfishness. Hurry up and give me the money.
But I don't ever recall inviting you along, though. I never said I wanted you to come. You made the decision to try and come along with us on your own, and you just happened to go to the wrong destination instead.
What are you talking about? I came here all because I was worried about you two.
And you decided to go about that by trying to get here before us without our consent? That means you didn't go there because you actually were worried for us at all, right? In fact, if you really came here because you were worried, I don't think you try and force us to pay for you.
It's my compensation! Equivalent exchange. And I'm telling you to pay for your half of the deal. I'm going out of my way to try and make things lively for you two. You think that should come for free? All from my efforts? I don't think so. It should be obvious that you should pay for my travel expenses. That's the least you can do.
Like I've said over and over again, we really don't need you to be here. We're both mutually really engaged in our conversations, and we haven't run out of anything to talk about. There's no place for you to be here in the picture. Oh, but you can make the most of this situation. I mean, you went all the way out to Costa Rica. From experience, it's a very nice place. How about you reserve a hotel and have a taste of the vacation life?
And where am I supposed to get the money to do that?
Huh? I don't understand. Didn't you come with money?
I was fully intending to have you pay for everything on my behalf, so I didn't bring any.
What? Then what do you plan to do?
What are you talking about? I'm charging you money. So hurry up already. I'm getting impatient. Pay for my travel expenses right now. When you do, I can come along with you in Guam and keep you guys company.
Oh my God, how many times do I have to tell you we don't need you? I don't think I can be any more clearer than this. Wait, hold on. Back up. So you really don't have any money then?
What, you can't read? I told you I don't.
I don't get it. Then how did you come all the way to Costa Rica on your own?
I managed to scrape up just enough money to pay for my flight there, but I don't have any set aside for my plane ride home.
No way. You have to be joking. I can't wrap my head around this. So you didn't have the money for your return trip, yet you tried to tag along with us?
What's the problem? If I had managed to do that, you would have had to pay for my behalf. That's why I came all the way out to Costa Rica without a penny in my pocket. Do you understand how hard it was for me to scrape up that money? If you were going to change up your plans to go to Guam instead, you should have told me so I didn't have to waste that money.
But we didn't even invite you to come along. And what's done is done anyway. But you know, if I told you I had no intentions of handing you any money, what are you planning to do?
What?
I mean, you're already in Costa Rica, right? Think about it. Depositing the money in your bank account and stuff will take some time. And since I'm not there with you, there isn't any way of getting you the money in the first place. Although even if I had the ability to, I wouldn't have wanted to give you anything anyway.
Huh? Then what's going to happen to me? What am I supposed to do now?
That's my line. Did you not even consider that something like that could happen? You didn't anticipate any potential hiccups in your plans.
Not at all.
Hang on. Then seriously, what the hell are you going to do now? Were you the only one who came on this trip? How about your husband and your kids? Are they not with you?
I didn't bring any of them. I actually came here without telling my husband on purpose. He would absolutely balk at the idea of a vacation trip traveling abroad. So I was doing my darndest to not let him find out.
Huh? So let me get this straight. That means you went all the way out to Costa Rica without saying a word to anyone? No one knows you're here. What are you going to do?
I don't know. What should I do? Cindy, please help me somehow. Do something about this.
I mean, there's not really anything I can do here.
Do you even understand the situation I'm in right now? I don't speak the language here at all. And I don't have any money. So what am I supposed to do now?
Who knows? I wouldn't have ever done something that stupid in the first place, so I can't even begin to imagine how to handle this kind of situation.
What do you mean, stupid?
I mean, you were absolutely insisting to barge in on someone else's wedding anniversary, acting on your own without anyone's consent and without even confirming if where you were going was the correct destination. And now you're complaining to me and making a fuss because you decided not to bring any money for some reason, and you were counting on me to save you. Considering all that, I really can't help thinking that your actions were stupid and short-sighted no matter how I look at it.
It wouldn't have been stupid if it had actually worked. You should have stuck with your original plans and gone to Costa Rica instead. That way, I wouldn't be in this situation right now. If you were going to switch destinations like that, you should have said so.
I never wanted you to come along in the first place. In my mind, you weren't someone who was going to be participating. Why would I go out of my way to tell you about any changes in our plans when it should only concern my husband and me? Does that make sense to you?
It makes perfect sense. What if someone else like me wanted to surprise you? Yet you didn't even account for that possibility. That makes you the idiot here.
You can make fun of me if you want, if that makes you feel better. That doesn't change that the problem here is, what are you going to do in the end? And just so you know, I can't help you, so that's out of the question. And even if I could, I wouldn't.
Oh, right. Please, isn't there some way you can give me money?
Like I said, it's impossible.
Please! At this rate, I'm really not going to know what to do.
Just suck it up and talk to your husband about this. I think it'd be good for you to mentally prepare yourself for a lecture before doing so. But at this point, you're going to have to tolerate it if you want to get out of this mess.
I really can't do that.
What are you saying? You do understand the situation you're in right now, right? At this rate, you're going to be stuck in Costa Rica forever. And even if you somehow decided to stay over there, it's impossible to live without any money. So stop being childish, suck it up, and talk to your husband.
Like I said, I absolutely cannot do that.
Why not?
Well, to tell you the truth, he told me if I stirred up any more trouble, he'd have to divorce me. So if he finds out about this whole mess, he's definitely going to divorce me. I just know it.
What do you mean, any more trouble? Are you saying you've done something else crazy aside from this?
I think calling it crazy is an overstatement. I really don't think it's that bad. It's just that he found out about my little affair and it all snowballed from there.
You were cheating on him?
My impulses got the better of me, okay? It happens to everyone. But we had a kid. Thanks to that, he decided to not divorce me for the time being. But if he finds out about this, he'll definitely divorce me for sure.
Well, hearing that really changes my perspective of what you said before. You said that your husband wouldn't go out of his way to celebrate your wedding anniversary, right? But you've cheated on him. So the problem isn't actually with him, but rather on you and your past actions.
What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say I'm the bad guy here?
At the very least, you acknowledge that you shouldn't have cheated on him, right? And yet he managed to hold back on divorcing you. That's incredible. I don't think I'd be able to do the same.
What are you talking about? Everyone cheats once or twice in their life, right? Yet he stopped celebrating our anniversary over just one tiny little affair. He's the weird one here.
If anything, I think it'd be much rarer to find someone willing to do that. Anyway, at this point, you need to mentally prepare yourself for your upcoming divorce and ask your husband for help.
I can't get divorced. I've never worked a day in my life. And yet I'm at risk for a divorce. Once we're separated, how am I supposed to live?
I don't know. Stop asking me these things. Just think over it yourself. Your behaviors are so absurd and reckless that I think anything I say wouldn't get through to you anyway. You ruined the first day of our vacation trip. So from now on, figure out your own problem yourself. I don't want to taint the memory of our wedding anniversary by dealing with you. So I'll be turning my phone off.
Huh? Wait! But I can't talk with my husband. That's the whole reason I'm talking with you instead. Yet knowing that, you plan to leave me to fend for myself? You're just too cruel.
Well, I think a better way to describe it is that I just can't do anything for you. I've said my piece. The only choice that I think you have is to tell your husband about the situation and have him bring you home somehow.
I can't! I'm telling you, that's the one thing I can't do. I don't want a divorce. I need you to do something. You feel some guilt, right? It's all your fault that I'm in Costa Rica instead of Guam, right?
Don't go blaming others for your own actions. We had nothing to do with this. All my husband and I wanted to do was celebrate our wedding anniversary in peace. But then someone had to try and barge in, talking all about how she was going to liven up the party. That's something you decided to do on your own. I had no intentions of going to Guam with you. So we have nothing to do with your current situation. So handle it on your own.
No way!
Bye-bye. Say hello to your husband for me.
How many times do I have to say it? I can't tell him. He's the only one I can't. Help me!
Taylor was at her wit's end, and she found herself with no choice. She had to contact her husband after all. After several days of living the humiliating life of a homeless person, her husband finally came to take her back. And of course, since things had come down to that, he just couldn't stay silent. He had run out of patience with her and no longer harbored any feelings of love for her. Because of that, he decided to finally make up his mind to divorce her. Just as the other moms have said, he was a wonderful person. Yet apparently, he just wasn't enough for Taylor. She wanted some more thrill in her life, and she resorted to an affair. Yet he didn't divorce her on the spot when he found out. In exchange for not divorcing her, he would stop celebrating things like their anniversary. And yet she still wasn't satisfied. That's why she was so desperate to get in on our own wedding anniversary instead. At this point, he realized that she was beyond saving. And he took the kids. And until he finds someone to remarry, he intends to raise them at his parents' home. Now alone, Taylor lives in a raggedy old apartment, and she cries herself to sleep every night. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, give this video a like and subscribe to see more content just like this. Also, don't forget to leave us your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think? Be sure to let us know. We're looking forward to your responses. See you next time!